Well, guess what? It's time to leave. 5-6 days here has gone by so fast. And again, it's been such a surprising trip. I've learned a lot of things. It's been really nice to actually get to see this country with my own eyes and see what it's actually like on the ground. I do know that I'm coming from a tourist perspective and that there's probably things that I'm not aware of and clearly haven't gotten the opportunity to see. That's just not possible. Right now, some things are going to be really difficult to see because I really would like to know what life for women is like here. A man can't go and talk to these women. And then a woman being able to get permits to go do something like that, my perception is that it's going to be way too difficult. We were talking about maybe going to Bamyan, but the process of changing your itinerary it's a pretty big deal. So to be able to do something like that on the fly is just not possible right now, as I am told. But I'm really lucky and privileged that I've been able to come and see this country for myself. On that note, let's enjoy the last few hours in Kabul. Our first activity was something we hoped to do yesterday, but didn't due to how hot it ended up being, visiting the Kabul Zoo. But that didn't come without a challenge. They didn't believe I was a foreigner, so after taking my passport and doing some investigating, they finally allowed me in. Okay, they let me in. Let's go see the Kabul Zoo. They had more animals than I expected. We'll begin with seeing lots of birds, like these ducks and geese. Oh, buddies. Good morning, Mr. Peacock. And meet an inquisitive ostrich. Oh, hello. Do you have a tuber on your face? Followed by some colorful birds from the parrot family. Unfortunately, it was easy for me to remember where I was during this visit. I'm getting a lot of very uncomfortable glares and stares from the men because I think under normal circumstances women are not allowed here. Actually, I guess under all circumstances women are not allowed here unless you're a foreigner. And I think my presence is making them a little uncomfortable. Making me just a tad uncomfortable too, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. Young girls ages 6 and under are actually allowed to visit here with their fathers. That is the only exception as of the time of this recording. Well, hello, yaks. Let's move on to some of the bigger animals. We got some monkeys.
Salam.
Salam. How about some gray wolves? Or some goats and gazelles shedding their fur. Bye-bye. And look at you, you're just taking up all the food. Oh, turtle. Now for one of my faves. Lion in the distance there, sleeping lion. Not too far away from the lion, a whole fluffle of rabbits. Oh, this is hilarious. They have domesticated cats in here. They've even got camels and deer. And an indoor water exhibit. That snake on the wall there. That's probably a couple snakes. We concluded our visit with an aviary of vultures. Well, foreign privilege has again gotten me the opportunity to see something most women don't. Nearly all women don't. Not a bad little zoo here. It's actually a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. This was fun. We made our way down the street a ways where we came to an amusement park. Once again, we had to establish I was foreign and allowed to visit. This park at least has some more relaxed rules about women visiting. Right now we're at the city park and they're deciding whether it's okay for me to come in because I'm a foreigner or not, so we'll see. Ultimately, they did allow me in. Special thanks to my guide for helping with all the investigations. This seems like a great place to bring your family.
Yeah, it is. That's for family.
They have all the typical fair rides. But my favorite part was the airplane restaurant. And it's not just these shaded areas underneath you can eat at. It's also on the inside. This was an American Airlines. What?
Oh, anytime.
Go to the cockpit. This is exactly my kind of place. This is so cool. Yep. Sit by the wings. The view is pretty nice from this side, and I love the details they preserved. This is a dinosaur of a plane, and super fun to check out. What a fun place to come with your family and hang out for the evening. I guess women can come here on ladies' days, and then there's some family days, but mostly it's men, if I understand correctly. And today's the men's day, but they were gracious enough to let this foreigner in and check this out. All we've got left now is lunch and then head to the airport. I can't believe how fast this is coming so close. Here's a glimpse of the movies you can catch at the local cinema here in the park. We quickly made our way to a restaurant for lunch to enjoy an Afghan specialty. My final dish in Afghanistan is going to be manto. There's meat in here, and it's wrapped in a floury dough of some kind and topped with corn, and I think that's corn. Maybe it's chickpeas, actually. I'm excited to see what this tastes like. It's got some spiciness to it. I think that's mutton in there. Got the creamy sour, it's like a sour creamy yogurt of some kind. And those are beans. And there's like a little citrus, a hint of citrus in here. This is delicious. After this, it was time to head to the airport and get my last few glimpses of Kabul. Goodbye, Afghanistan! For those who didn't see my first video, I mentioned that it's at this point that the custom agents went through my camera and deleted random videos at their behest, and told me not to remove my camera inside the airport and that they'd be watching me. It's why I'm unable to share certain things and why I ultimately had to censor myself. The way I was treated at the airport by the customs agents gave me just a hint of what being a woman in Afghanistan might be like. Disrespect, intimidation, control, threats. The Taliban claims to be a new and more welcoming Taliban that wants tourists, yet this is how they choose to treat a Western female guest? Are they really more tolerant? The actions I experienced do not reflect this. The very short and brief interactions I had with the government officials here, unfortunately, are the ones that have left the most lasting impacts, and the ones that left me feeling more and more resentful of how this country treats their people, especially the women. I feel conflicted. Was coming here the morally right thing to do? It's a complex topic that's too deep to go into in this video. Again, I emphasize that the guides I had were beyond fantastic. They are not the government workers. They were respectful, supportive, and showed me the beauty this country has behind the mainstream media. I have to stress, please do your own research and make sure Afghanistan is a place that aligns with your travel goals before coming here. It's a shame it has to be this way, as there's so much rich culture and wonderful people to see here, and so much to learn. But you need to decide if the calculated risk is worth it for you, at least at this time. On that note, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in my next adventure.